So the question is, can people learn to be better advocates for their own health? And the answer is yes, but it's not so simple, especially for people my age, because I was diagnosed with cancer 20 years ago. And that was really scary. And I listened to the doctor and I did what the doctor said, and I survived, obviously. But later I thought, John, you were a fool. You should have asked the doctor if there's other options. Maybe you should have got a second opinion, that sort of thing. So this was on my mind one day when I was in the dermatologist's office for minor skin rash. And the consultation room door was open from my room, and in the next room, I heard when the doctor said goodbye to the other fellow after examining his infected nose, and I realized when he was in my room 2 seconds later, he couldn't have washed his hands. And so I said to the doctor, it took a lot of courage for me to do this, because I said to the doctor, Doctor, would you mind washing your hands? And he said, oh yeah, good idea. And he went over to the basin and washed his hands, but he wasn't going to do that if I hadn't asked him. So this gave me some courage, and I realized, if I'm not going to advocate for my own health, self-care, who's going to advocate for me? And this was useful when I later became a long-term care ombudsman volunteer and was helping people in nursing homes and assisted living and adult family homes advocate for their own care, because sometimes the staff are too busy to check on things. And then later when my mother was in an assisted living, I knew that she still had rights. She thought she didn't have any anymore, and I advocated for her. So it's really a good lesson. When you can advocate for yourself, it helps you advocate for others. And this is the way preparing for your own future, because someday you're going to have to be in a nursing home, perhaps, and you're going to learn to have to advocate for yourself and maybe for your roommates or others. So this is something that's very valuable, and I think people need to do this more. I think parents ought to teach their kids to do it, and maybe teachers ought to teach it in school, to be advocates for ourselves. This is the way to be in better health. This is what I recommend.